Really interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, really interesting how he considered the fold so heavily because people just under bluff in these $400 tournaments. It's really, really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, what are his bluffs? You know, like if we really think about it, like sure, ace high, like ace high has some showdown value if you had ace five, and when he raises the turn with maybe some backdoor diamond draw or something like that, he actually gets calls. And on this kind of board, like what hands do you have that you're folding?
And it's gonna have some misdraws and things too. So I think calling is the only option myself. Let's see if Boogaloo got away from it. Ooh, call is 6.
So this is close between call.
Really interesting. So call is 6, raise is 7,500 is 10 points. And I'm going to say he said that because this is a very bad player. And so he thinks the very bad player is going to stack off here with worse queens a lot. I'm going to guarantee that's what he's going to say. Very interesting, though. I thought call for sure was the right answer. I never am in this spot. I don't know. Interesting spot, too. I think this is a little bit of a lesson for everyone out there, too. A lot of times, the hands we want to float with, like this one, are better as raises. So this kind of falls in that category.
Yeah, and he was kind of an echo chamber for us there, saying, you know, we just get better hands to call and worse to fold.
Yep.
Like he's going to have some gut shots in his range. He's going to have spade draws. He's going to have king X. And we kind of, we kind of identify kind of what cards are going to be bad for us on future streets, and we're aware how to proceed on those cards.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's a very good point. Man. You right.
That was the best. You didn't say anything. You won. Just straight up.
You won. I'm just spewing.
All right, so ooh, look at this. You're not opening this. You just looked at this. You're not opening.
Button cut off, hijack, low jack, under the gun one. You are.
Come on now. Okay. I am. So let's see if he.
He's got to open it, or there wouldn't be a hand.
It wouldn't
I'm
be a
already
quiz.
down on points.
You're already down on points in real life. Now, obviously, you're gonna cheat, but
I'm gonna evolve.
you're gonna adapt, right?
All right, let's play it.
I'm going to cry if he says he's folding here. Like, if he's like, yeah, you should be folding this in this kind of tournament, and you were actually right. All right, cool.
Wah, wah.
Like a spot where we have
Ah!
standard.
Yes.
And the reason is because queen.
I just want to say for the record that this is the best 3-point score I've ever gotten in my life. Because the right answer was fold.
Right? But you heard what he said about the tables. This is a 3K.
Here comes the excuses. 10
The
points
excuses
fold.
to
It says
open
right
if your
here.
table is particularly tight and weak. Welcome to the $5 2K world. I mean, the $11 10K. I'm opening this, yeah, for sure.
This is the best 3 points of my life.
Oh, that's hilarious. And everybody's 14.
Nailed it. What the hell kind of play is that from King Queen? Who does that?
What the hell? Yeah, so Matt.
Jonathan Little's an absolute crusher, so it's nice to have him.
Yeah, I agree, and I
He's
always
just
love
coaching.
playing right after sessions like this because I feel like my brain's warmed up. I'm thinking through things, and so it's a good way to start your session for sure.
Right. All right, guys, this is it.
What's up, Mike? You want to give a gist? He was saying Narco Cop was playing about D-pipping about 28% of hands. He had been very aggressive in this $10 buy-in, and here are the options to fold, to call, to raise to 1,200, raise to... What? Wait a minute, he made it 800, and my man's giving options for 12 and 1,400 hands. So it's already getting kind of spicy. That's so nasty. To be on a site with these other crushers, well-known poker public figures is pretty exciting, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I didn't mention that when I was kind of giving a little intro here too. Assassinato, Matt Affleck, John Little, all coaches on the site, so very highly respectable, quality poker content.
Yep, Evan Jarvis as well. Remember Evan Jarvis, Matt Affleck, Assassinato, John Little.
Yeah, so I guess that just makes sense. He just have the ace of clubs in his hand. That's interesting, though. I
How
thought
many
that was
points you got?
interesting.
You didn't do that bad. 45.
I like how you just pat me on the back. You didn't do that bad. Well, yeah, good job, buddy. Like,
The back.
I remember I got the higher score in the first one. So, you know, we're 1 for 1, buddy.
I just want to know.
Calling, guys. Let's see if we're good.
Similar situation. That's pre-flop? I think it's pre.
All right, guys, we're checking, I guess. Oh, for fuck's sake.
One of the things I see people when it comes to poker is when people get to the turn and they end up
When you're facing a min raise or just a touch more than a min raise, and there's an ante in play, which is going to be the case in most tournaments, I think, going forward, you want to defend pretty wide. If your opponent's making a 2.
All right, cool. You're going 1,400.
I'm going 1,400, guys.
I'm gonna go call with the arm and let's see what happens.
All right, and
I would fold in game though, for the record, in case that's the winning game.
You won. You win. I have to concede. You win.
14K.
14K, let's do it.
Well, no, we cannot win. This is a pretty rough spot because damn it.
Mm-hmm. Where you gonna get my chat? They like naughty things. They like just beer, alcohol, you know.
All right, let's do I can do a $10 ACR gift.
$10 ACR giveaway courtesy of my man Toe. For me beating that ass heads up in this. Sorry. No, I'm kidding. We'll do this. We'll have to do it at least once a week, man. And then, you know, we'll do it. We'll do it every week a couple times.
So it's a tie.
I guess we got to give out $10 to each other's communities. We'll just do our own $10 free roll for each. Or does that sound fair?
Yes. Do you know what this means?
You win. I give his chat $10. Take it.
So that's cool because we have 2 ties and then a win from you and a win from me. This is like the epic battle. It's perfect. It's great.
Yeah, we're even Stevens.
This is awesome.
Take it.
I love it.
You know,
Stop. We got a giveaway going. Let's run the giveaway for the $10 ACR winner. Closing the giveaway. Drawing the winner. My man Sebs are getting the $10 ACR giveaway for this one.
We're back, baby! What up, guys? It's Saturday afternoon, morning, depending on where you live. PokerCoach.com study session stream, and we are live. Me and my main man, Crazy Sixes, here to help you get better together and win prizes at the same time. Exclamation point PC in my chat, exclamation point PC in Sixes chat. You will get a link to sign up for free, where you get 20 free quizzes, big blind charts for 100 blinds or more, and a bunch of homework assignments. If you sign up for the premium stuff, there's webinars, there's classes, there's courses, there's study groups, there's a private Discord. There is more bang than you possibly want for your buck. So make sure you check that shit out. Sixes, how you doing, my man? How's your last couple days been?
oh, it's been good, man. I've been more chill. I was getting a little burned out. You know, I think I told you, I think I streamed like 14 of 16 days in a row or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And played, and you know, we study a lot, so I was getting a little tired, but it's good, man.
Yeah, it's been really hard with the rattlesnakes, the PKOSS, and Iggy's had that $1 million thingy do right?
Yeah, there's
so
all
like
kind of
you've just been playing for like, I mean, I find the same thing. I have 1 day off a week usually, and with the series going on, I play on Saturdays and I play on Wednesdays, and like I'm like, oh shit, I played 9 days in a row. Like I'm tired, you know?
Yeah,
It's physically
it's good.
exhausting.
But
my man.
Oh yeah. One thing I also wanted to point out, I was on this Tommy Angelo office hours, being results oriented. I thought that was very good. There was a couple callers. Tommy Angelo talking about some mental game stuff. I was one of the first callers on there. It's good, man. Just being honest, kind of talking about kind of some of my struggles with that. So I think it's a good listen. In the classes section here, and yeah, man, I'm excited to get it in today. What up, boys?
Did he
What's
say,
up, some Army?
Sixes, you're a crusher. Stop getting cray-cray.
No, I'm not cray cray. I go
that,
so hard.
Leave that poor chair alone. It didn't deserve it.
Oh man, yeah, I've had fucked this chair up, man. It's like a month and a half. I've only had it for like 2 months, and it's all beat up and shit. Yeah.
That's funny as hell. Yeah, Machinist Joe from the streets was right after you too. So there was.
I know he was cracking me up, man. He was like, "Yeah, I've seen sixes tilt or something." He called me out. It's so funny.
Ginger, thank you for the 41 months. Ginger, you're a savage. Thank you. I appreciate you so much.
Fuck you, Prost. This cat's out of control, man.
They're talking shit. All right, cool. So if you guys don't know how this is going to work, what we're going to do is type poker coaching, all one word, into the chat. We'll let you guys roll that through. I'll draw a winner from my chat. Sixes will draw a winner from his chat. We'll have the two people who are drawing competing in one of these quizzes you see on the screen. Not necessarily this one. This was just my test to get things lined up. We'll pick a random quiz. We'll have you guys take the quiz. We'll let you say what you would do. We'll let the crowd say what they would do. We'll say what we would do. We'll see what the coach would do. Whoever has the highest score gets $5 sent to you. PayPal, Skrill, snail mail, ACR. I don't know. Trade shells. Any way we can get you the money, we'll get you the money. Venmo, Cash App, Zelle. What else? The possibilities are fucking endless. Creme brulee, what up? Thanks for the good luck. Good morning, Tina. Did we do 12:55 yet? Let me check.
Poker coaching in the chat, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Fantastic Joe, DB Chops, Frosty, Silly Ass, Drenning, Big Donna, Creme Brulee, Oh Slow, and the Toe Army. Much love.
We did do 12:55 there. Looks like we did it probably last week.
Oh, Creme Brulee, I ain't touching poker today. I have two of the hardest days of poker coming up. Sunday, Monday, with Mad Monday and a massive Sunday grind tomorrow. So I'm trying to get ready for that.
Are the trophies any good today? I might play today.
I ain't playing shit today.
I got 2 more days to win a trophy, right?
Nah, we do those on Sunday. Gonna have to watch that Tommy Angelo. Yeah, I know. I just decided to call in. They asked me if I wanted to call in. I was like, sure. I got some mental game shit I can work on. I'm not perfect. So it's good.
Have you ever read any of Tommy Angelo's? He writes other things, right? I'm pretty sure he does.
Yeah, I'm more of a I've listened to some of his stuff for sure. I think it's certainly helped. Yeah.
Like
I mean, every once in a while when stuff on poker coaching site, listen. Yeah, it's good, man.
Yeah, because I know of him, but I haven't listened to that much of his stuff.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not working on your mental game and your health and stuff with this poker shit, and you're only studying and playing, it's not good enough.
True.
You gotta work on the mental. I mean, it took me years to realize that working on a mental game and just trying to stay focused, healthy, have more energy. It all helps, man.
Yeah, and with the people that I coach, I talk about that a lot. I mean, some of the biggest things I see is bankroll management and game selection, and then also like I think people don't have a realistic view of what normal variance looks like and what normal swings look like. What the winning and losing in a normal session looks like.
No matter how good you're playing, you're going to get fucking wrecked sometimes.
Yeah, like I play 20, 25 tournaments a session. I cash in like 5 or 6 of those, and that's completely normal every day. But that also means I lost 15 tournaments I tanked, without batting an eye, and had a profitable day. So it's like, that's totally normal. I think people take that for granted. All right, I'm ready to draw.
Let's do it.
Carson in the house for the Army, baby.
Oh, you got Carson. Okay. I like it. Raging Al. Well.
Oh, shit. So we know how this is going to go.
Play the fucking duck song.
All in.
all in. Play the duck song.
He's more machine gunny than the machine gun himself.
What's up, Winter Wren? Good morning. I'm doing great. No complaints. The key word is poker coach. We'll change it up. There'll be a few more rounds of this. But yeah, let's get into it.
I'm ready. I figured you were just doing Faraz, right? I just went to 1269.
Oh, I mean, 1269. Yeah, it's snap.
Oh, we didn't even talk. We We were here, man.
We already know the synergy is there.
All right, let's play it.
Yep.
This is a hand from 510 No Limit Zoom online.
What?
So it's a cash game. We
510 No
opened
Limit
Ace
Zoom
King
cash.
off. We're
What did we
sitting
do?
on about 120 big blinds. Big blind called. Flop comes 9-7-3 with 2 hearts. We have a heart. Our options here are going to be to c-bet $15, c-bet $28, c-bet $41, or to check back.
I don't know how we got into a cash game Zoom quiz, but we're here.
Zoom, a 510 Zoom on some dusty ass 9-7 with Ace King. Instantly throws us on the stage. Great. Top cash pro as well.
Where people fall asleep at the computer during a tournament, wake up when it's
Here we
almost over,
go.
not good. That's true. That's Marlon. Machine Gun does that shit all the time. He
What's
loses
up,
more to
Raymond?
sleep equity than fucking anyone I've ever met in my
Here for the
life.
first hand as well. Look at you. Scarlet and Gray next time.
All right, guys.
Big
What are we?
Dennis
Costin
checking.
is betting 28 into 51. Dennis checking. Tina betting 28. C-Stars 41. 28 because it's cash is Bruce. 15 if it was attorney.
C-bet 15 for Winter Inn. Raging out 28.
I don't even know what cash Zoom is.
Have you ever played Zoom in your life, Toe? Honestly?
Yeah, I probably.
You have?
Maybe a couple hundred hands or something.
Couple hundred hands. Holy shit.
What's that, like a
I remember
half
my
hour,
first day.
6 tables?
Yeah, I was about to say, I remember my first day playing Zoom too. Like, get that in a day, easy. I think we can have
I mean,
some
I've
big
dabbled
size
in all of it.
around,
I've played a little Plo. I've played a little cash. How do you know you hate something if you don't play it?
True. You hate them both.
I hate them both. Coincidentally, I enjoy playing the stud games if I'm going to play something weird, to be honest with you. Like 7 stud. I like 7 card stud.
We're seeing a lot of bet 28s. Looks to be the overwhelming size we're seeing here.
I see a lot of 28s too, a couple of 41s. And Marlon saying 15, no reason to get cray-cray.
So it's that like
Tough guy.
55%.
Yeah.
The 55% of some, I'm just guessing. C-bet 15 goes small. We can call it check raise. I pick what Toe's guy picks.
Yeah, what do I do here? This is a weird board. I think with the 3 dangler, I'm probably still c-betting it. I would be in the 15 category though. But this is Zoom cash, so you know, I'm a little out of my element. He might size up against cash game. That would make sense to me.
I mean, we're 100 bigs deep on this board. I think we have to slightly upsize. I don't mind the 28 option. 41 seems a bit much, but don't hate it. If we go 28 or even 15, we can call it check raise very easily with the 2 overs and the heart. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely fucking betting. 15 feels kind of too small, but probably go like 28 and catch or something like that. Throw a little extra on there being this deep.
Yeah, I believe you. Makes sense to me.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I tend to like my small sizes on this when we're this deep in cash tend to be a little bit bigger.
Makes sense.
On sport, like it feels like if we had something strong, we want to bet a little bit bigger for protection on this board instead of going small and giving everything like cheap equity. All the gut shot and straight draws and nah. Yeah, I would go 28, something like that.
Makes sense to me.
Cool.
Toe, let's rock some 08 at the Orleans. Like
Going up
literally
with
my
cards,
worst
cards.
nightmare. Ready? Did you click it?
No, wait a minute. I don't know what raging out. I'll pick.
Oh.
Where did your guy go?
I was all in, and my guy is doing 28.
All right, 28 it is. Let's go.
I was always all in. That's why he's raging.
All right, you click it.
Aren't these the boards we saw to overbet? No.
This is cash as well.
That was like
I don't know.
9-5-2 boards, 8-5-2, 8-4-2 boards are the ones you're thinking about, Matt.
This could be close. I don't know. Let's go 28.
We're going 28 too. Let's find out.
15. Decent.
This is one of those options.
Still small.
This is one of those spots where pretty much all options are pretty reasonable. My standard is just to bet small, bet 15 here. That way, if he check raises, we're pretty comfortable calling. We don't have to blow up the flop too much. There could be some arguments to betting bigger because this is a pretty dry board and we do get to fold out a lot of equity when we bet big. That said, I don't know if this is necessarily the hand I'd want to do it with. May consider that with something like pocket tens and jacks, or maybe a hand that just really wants to get a lot of folds. So if we did go bigger, I'd probably go with 28. I think that's a pretty solid sizing as well. 41, again, you could kind of argue all those options, but we're really nitpicking at this point, so we don't need to spend too much time on there. I'm generally not checking too much here. I think I'm pretty happy with our range advantage on this board, but as you are super deep stacked, you may want to consider some checks here. So I also think that is a reasonable option. So really just betting small here is ideal, and any other options are pretty reasonable as well. So don't need to spend too much time there. Opponent calls, turn is a king, checks to us, and now we have the option to bet $32, bet $65, bet $90, or to check it back.
Okay. What do we like to do here? A lot of options, bet sizing, winter rinse, snap 65, an overbet. Oof.
What are we doing,
Just
guys?
bink the fucking turn. Feels
what
good.
up, PTR? Good to see you, my friend.
Bet 65 for Mark Lewis. 65 or
The
90
problem with
seems
the
nice,
9-7 combo, Matt, is that the Jack 10 has the gut shot, which is a lot of people's like
32 and go
continuing
big
into
on
his
Queen
open
River. Ooh.
Although he is in the big blind, so his range is wider, Matt.
32. For Raging Owls going
Let me see if I have
32
this board.
for the quiz. In real life,
What's going on?
checking.
65
Holy
for Bruce,
shit.
65 for PTR, 65 for Carlson, 65, 65. Dollar bill going 32 though. Tina going 32, 90 overpot for the machine gun. And
Yeah, we got a couple of 90s over here.
C-Square is giving me the follow. Thank you.
Deuterino.
And checking. And reminding me that I didn't post the damn tweet in Poker Coaching Discord.
All right. 90 for show, Chris says. 32. I see one check, a few 32s. 65 seems to be the overwhelming favorite. And then some fucking 90s are starting to come out of the woodwork. All right. What did your guy go? We went 32 here.
65. Sorry, I'm trying to get that tweet in the Poker Coaching chat real quick.
We're hitting check. We hitting check raise versus a tough cash pro most likely, and you're not fist pumping. Like, why would you get check raised on a random king? What are you scared of getting check raised by? This is a great card for our range.
I hope he check raises me when I have a king.
I would like to get check raised here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in real life, people's check raise range on this board, if they're a nit, is just like 2 pairs and sets. So you don't love getting check raised.
Too rich to care.
Yeah, this is where you just get stacked for 100 bigs and you just like act like you were cooler because the tight guy check raises you when he has no bluffs. All right,
cool. Sorry about that. I am back on track.
Yeah, where did they go? We going 32 here.
65, I believe. Let me do a quick double take. Yes, 65 for Carson.
What are you doing here?
I am going 65 as well. Standard alley-oop. We were bluffing. We got there. I want to build this pot. I'm not really worried about getting check raise on the turn because usually the 2 pairs and the flush draws and that sort of thing are going to raise us on the flop. Not all of a sudden when we get the king. So yeah, I'm trying to build this pot right now. Let's go.
Yep, I probably go 65 like 75% of the time, and then when I'm getting nasty, I probably like the overbet. I really like the overbet, though. I know we have it this deep, and this is probably one of the ideal hands. We might want to turn some other type of hands into straight bluffs, like an ace jack, an ace queen, ace 10, stuff like that on these turns. Put a lot of pressure on this single pair, so using our value hands as well as an overbet feels good.
No, Jerome. Stop slow playing. Here, yeah.
checking and never,
Overbetting makes
ever,
sense
ever,
to me. Here,
ever
because
checking.
our target rate is really hearts and a 9, and those are all going to call the overbet, or they should call the overbet, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to use
Especially
Lofty over
because,
that overbet too.
for sure, and the big blind has like all the heart combos. Even though we have the ace of hearts, it's not really a blocker for them because they're going to have 6-8 of hearts and 5-6 of hearts and 4-2 deuce of hearts. So that's cool. They have a lot of combos of heart draw. So yeah, all good things. I can see the overbet being a thing.
All
Let's see if Ross melts our brain.
Yep, 32 here for Reginaldo. Let's do it.
65 for Carlson.
So this is an ideal overbet spot.
I totally get it.
I really like going with the 90 here. Reason being that the king is a pretty good card for us, bad card for our opponent. They've somewhat capped themselves by not check raising, so it's unlikely they have sets. Of course, it's still possible, but less likely they have sets and 2 pairs. So it's a card we like to go big with, and we can have a lot of bluffs here. You know, anything from ace queen to some Broadway gut shots to even just taking stuff like ace X that has very little equity and overbetting with it, and that puts a lot of pressure on opponent. Folds out all of their 7x, folds out maybe some of their 9x, and it even forces them to fold some draws, or puts them in a really tough spot with some of their draws as well. So I like the overbet here. We want to be really aggressive on this card. If we didn't bet this size, I'd probably just go with 65. But I think the smaller we go here, the worse our decision was, because we just want to put a lot of pressure on this card. River is the deuce of hearts, so the flush did get there. Our options on the river are going to be to bet 105, or to bet 210, or to check it back.
Oh, shit. What do you do now? How you feeling? We overbet turn, get snacked off, and the heart gets there. Reginald says, let me play the quiz maker head up. I'll teach him a thing or two. Barazzle, empty your pockets.
Standard Reginald.
Get wrecked.
Is this overbet strategy okay in tourneys?
Hell yeah. It's you're gonna have overbets on turns.
Overbet turns are actually kind of common. Let's see. Rome going 105. 105 for stars. Knit checking, says Kep. We're in the back seat. Yeah. 210
knit
for
checking
Pete.
this.
Tennis knit checking.
105, 105, 210. Fuck it has been declared. There it is. I'm guessing check.
In game, Marlin overbet
Go small
jams
to fold to a raise. Not loving it, but going 105. Oof. Bet full live. Bet 3-bet and zoom to 510. Reginald's going 210 for the quiz. Frosty's going 210. I haven't seen
Costin in my chat. Is he in your chat saying 210?
No. Reginald's going 210. Carlson is shook.
Costin is shook. There he is, 105.
All right. 210 here.
Yeah, there's a fair amount of 210s and a fair amount of 105s in my chat. What does he call the polar turn bet with that isn't beating us or got their ass cut? Yeah, I have mixed emotions about these spots. I haven't been checking these. I'm probably going to bet fold. I'm just trying to debate on the size. I feel like if I bet 210, like I lose the 9x at this point, because we already bet over bet.
You have a heart blocker to the nuts.
I also think if we like bet big and then bet small, we might. Yeah.
Like.
Do I want to induce? Do I want to open the action up again? It doesn't have that much. Oh, I'm checking.
You say you're checking?
Yeah.
He just gave up. He said, fuck it, I check. Yeah. It's hard, right? Like when he calls the overbet on a turn, and then we try to get value on the river, are we getting 3 streets of value.
Like I even think we lose like queens.
7x to call. He 3-bets
Jacks,
queens.
tens,
He
nines.
3-bets those.
No, nines.
A tough cash game pro. He check raises his 2 pairs. So his most likely holding is like you can just have like 6-4 of hearts, 10-8 of hearts, Jack 10 of hearts,
There's so many hearts to
Queen
overbet.
Queen 8 of hearts. Fucking hell, man! Like, and then trying to think about getting 3 streets from a 9 is pretty sick.
Yeah, and he's gonna have a worse king.
Dude, people
here.
saying we have a heart blocker, dude. He's in a big blind,
Yeah,
so
he's got every combo of heart.
Nut flush draws. He has a lot of other
6-4,
combinations.
6-5, 2. Oh,
I don't know,
6-4, 6-5,
Andy's tough.
5-4, Queen 8.
You got to go small with the
King 8.
Yeah, I mean, you say you got to go small for thin value with the heart blocker. Dude, the heart blocker, like
Heart blockers are relevant against the big blind.
he can fucking just have like 6, 7 of. I don't know.
If this was
Maybe
against
we
the
do
small
go
blind, it'd be a
105
different story. The
fucking
blocker would matter because the small blind's going to call with a much tighter range than the big blind.
If you go 2-10 and get raised, you know he fucking has it. I don't know. Fuck this.
I can see the
I don't
210
know.
unfold. I can see the 105 unfold.
Cash. This is cash as well,
But-
and it's a tough cash game pro. Can he make our lives hell, even with a single hard hand and check jam? But this is tough. For us out here melting our brains always. I don't know. I guess.
Do worst
I mean,
king X still call the river bet? Yeah, I think they probably do. But
If this is cash,
I don't
I'm
think
checking.
there's that much of his range as weak king X.
Yeah, this is cash GSD. Poker Profi says king might overbet, but I doubt he's straight draw. Check it down and be happy to take it. All right. Raging out is going 210.
It's just such a small
I think
range. Costin
I don't know.
was
Betting 105. I think he said 105.
Yep,
Yeah.
105.
Make sure to tag us as well so it's easy to find if we forget. But I think I might check. I
would
want to
bomb
bet
our
105 and then fold. Does the 210 get called by enough? I don't know. It's just sick.
Yeah, I mean, I would bomb hearts here too, Matt. But the ace king isn't as high up on the equity scale as those.
When we
kings.
overbet the turn, he certainly shows up here with a condensed range. If we think we fold out a 9 and 7x on the turn, right? Some of those, and then he still shows up here. Can we even get 3 streets from those? Would be my question. So I don't know.
So are you checking? What are you doing?
I think I'm checking. I mean, if not, I'm putting in a fucking terrible bet and then.
If I want to be stranded out on Nid Island, at least I got my buddy Crazy Sixties with me.
Yeah,
We're on the island together.
Yeah, it sucks. I feel like a net now, but all right, 210 for Reginald. Ain't never scared.
105
ever.
for Costa. Let's find out.
210.
So we're definitely betting here. Checking would be way too nitty. And I like going with the slightly larger bet, the 210. When we are blocking the flush, that makes it a lot easier to value bet. I think I still would bet ace-king with no heart. But if it's a spot that I think is close, that is going to be my deciding factor. So, for example, something like king-queen, where it's a little closer, or king-jack, I'm not as confident in value betting that one on the river. So I probably would use having the heart in my hand to be the deciding factor there, where I would value bet with the heart, and without it, I might check back. So here we both have, an awesome kicker and the heart.
Make me feel better.
Definitely see betting blocks, a bunch of the flushes that he might have had. We end up getting raised.
Yes.
Check raise to 520. Obviously, this sucks whenever this happens.
Yeah.
But we do have some options again. We can call, we can go all in, or we can fold.
Dude, 3-bet rip it and fucking run it to the nuts.
Sixes and I are $210 richer than you. We checked. Right row.
And now I'm crying.
What are we doing, guys?
The knit saves me. Hey, fist bump knit island, baby.
We were exploiting.
Exploit, yeah.
Kept says
Snap
jam that
fucking
shit,
jam.
poking ninja all in.
Yep,
That is
fucking but
folding.
blockers. All right, too rich to care. I mean, really,
Two
too rich
jams
to
and a
care, right?
fold
You,
so
you
far.
block the nuts. Get me out. If I've done this, I'm so tilted in my mind. I take
Tina
5
all
minutes
in,
and
Dollar
jam.
Bill all in. Sea Stars
He said-
folding. 2
Scarlett
folds and a
says,
bunch of
gotta
jams.
fold. Snap fucking jams.
Matt
We're gonna cry in
folding.
the car. Should you think we're going to the car after this? Are you out of your mind? Straight to the ATM. Reginald goes all
Bruce
in.
jamming.
At this point, I think with that.
What up, Buffalo
fucking
boy?
ace
Good to
of
see you,
hearts,
man. How you doing, buddy?
King Heart makes all
Just
the
a call
sense
for
the
J
villain.
Rome.
I need a zoom reload.
Ripping here, we have the Ace of Hearts. All you can eat, says
I
Marlon.
saved money with 105. Dunner says.
Bruce. Matt says fold, hate life, and question why Pio told me to bet 210.
No, we gotta. If I get to this spot, yeah, it's the 2-minute tank jam.
Yeah.
Yep. With
Oh,
Ace
for
of-
me, it's a 2-minute tank fold. So that's
Give me
interesting.
out. Yeah, I mean,
If we overbet turn and then bet the Heart River, like, give me a fucking bluff. King 10, King Jack, never,
I have the heart-
ever doing this. Ever. And we have the Ace of Hearts, so that means they don't have the Ace of Hearts, so it's not like they have the blocker, and they're going to use that against us. So,
We have that-
fold.
we have the nut flush blocker.
I don't give a fuck. It's a big blind. You don't have any of that
Here's
middle
a tough
flush.
gash King Pro.
You don't block any of the middle flush.
Yeah, but I think this guy
Where's
is
King
just,
never
like,
doing
capable. King 8 with the King of Hearts.
We're getting stretchy.
Nasty.
We're getting paper thin.
King of Hearts. Shove before
Snapples.
all in.
And
It's
honestly,
not
like
my
I've been
money
looking
anymore.
at a lot of these river value scenarios. The bet makes a lot of sense. I was hanging out with Marlon and I was showing him this trick and he was using it a bunch pretty well. But the one thing we noticed is that when we do this bet and get raised, in my opinion, we should be folding because they have no bluffs. Single pair hands never bluffing here.
We went over bet on the turn, and then we went like fucking 70 something. I mean, we just went big as shit on the turn.
And river.
Min raise.
Never a bluff.
Give me out. Reload. This is why it's hard to go play cash because we get here and it's just like, well,
Not bluff
Here we
left on
go.
Zoom. This is just the spot. Like, what is he doing?
Reach it out,
Is he-
Shannon. I'm
Think
with
about
you.
this, Jerome. Is he ever doing this with King Queen off? No, he's just calling. He's never raising your river bet. He's always calling. And then what hands would he turn into a bluff here? 8-10 isn't going to check raise river. Like, that doesn't make much sense, right? There's no bluff. I don't think it's bluffing less on Zoom. If this was a tournament, I think it would be the same thing.
Why would the Ace of Hearts not shove option first river round? Have no idea. I changed my mind to fold, Michael Max says.
Oh. We're converting them. BB.
Does the tough cash game pro ever fold
Chan,
a flush?
just
I
thank you for
guess
the
is the
follow.
question. Does he ever fold a flush? A tough
Fuck,
cash
who
game.
the fuck folds a flush? Fuck no.
I mean, this is pretty fucking nasty, dude, in cash. Like, it's pretty nasty.
Like jam here and turn your top pair into a
But
bluff.
nobody ever does.
Rebel flush to get
A tough
6,
cash game
8
pro
hearts
is
to
so
fold.
rich he doesn't care. All right, let's do it. We're jamming. Let's move on.
We
doing this for a
are.
long
Oh fuck!
time.
What's Carson doing?
Make sure to tag us.
fold.
He folds. All right, we're jamming.
All right, let's find out. Let's see how nitty we are.
So as gross as this spot is,
gotta
I'm
call.
not
What sucks is
folding with
Faraz
ace
is going to
of
lose
hearts
his
in her
spot right now and
hand.
not show us.
Our read on the player does show that it is a tough cash pro, which means they're going to be balanced. They're going to be having some bluffs here.
run
And
this quiz
we
for
are going to get to
insanity.
fold all the other stuff we value bet here, like the ace kings without ace of hearts, stuff like aces with no heart, king queen with no heart, and whatnot. So when we have the heart, I'm pretty much always calling here versus a tough player. If it was a player I don't think is as strong and not going to be bluffing much, then I could consider a hero fold here. Going all in is an okay option. We do have the ace of hearts, which is pretty awesome. And I'm not against that. I think that's reasonable to consider. I feel like our hand is good enough where it's slightly unnecessary. But if you
No bluffs.
feel like your opponent would lay down a flush here, then I think that could be reasonable. But you're not that deep, which makes it hard to get them to fold. If the stacks are a little deeper, I think it's easier to get them off a queen high flush, jack high flush, and whatnot. So
maybe
I'm
that's
most
the
likely
difference,
just calling
'cause
here.
Nobody I
He
know
said-
is folding the flush.
We called, lost, and we'll never know.
Yep.
He's never gonna tell us.
He
We
lost. Let me tell you, he lost.
No, I'm kidding. That was absolutely one of the toughest quizzes we've done.
I'm gonna run this one because there was a bunch of weird stuff in there that's like non-standard play in general, and so
Yeah, we can look at it, make sure.
I'm really I just not even to check for us, just for I kind of want to
For
see what
us.
we do this stuff with. Yeah.
Oh man, that was we have 25 points.
We got 21.
Whoa, reaching out with the dub. Holy
We did
shit.
it, America.
We did it. America, we fucking did it. I'm raging out. You know where to find me. Make sure to whisper me so I can send you money. Holy shit.
Don't feel bad, Costin. That shit was super weird.
Get wrecked, Carlson.
Correct.
Nice things. You love
Let me
to
sort
see
this
it.
by turning here.
He goes, you know what time it is? Shit, it is cat jam time. I can't help myself. Get it in. Wait a minute. Is it? Cat jam.
Cat Jam in the chat for you to be drawn to be the next lucky contestant to compete for the $5. Get them in the chat. You see everyone else doing it. Follow those people.
Damn, that is a heartbreaking quiz. Holy shit, I did.
Yeah, that river call I'm really
Terrible.
curious about.
The river call's probably just fine when we have that much, getting that price, right?
just can't
We
find a
call
bluff.
300. We were getting like 4 or 5 to 1, right?
Yeah, but never winning.
But I don't know. We
Like
we
if
don't
I
have to
gave
win
you
much.
100 to 1 odds on something you could never win, would you take it?
Mm,
If I gave you
It's your
1,000 to 1
definition of
odds, if I gave you 1,000 to 1 odds
don't
on something
think-
you could never win, would you take it?
it's subjective. If the definition of winning is subjective to you and me, potentially.
I'm talking about you collecting chips at the end of a pot is 1,000% never happening. Would you take 1,000?
That's hard. I don't know. Probably.
I mean, he is a good cash game pro. So
Yeah,
maybe
until I
that's a
played the
good
lottery
He
before.
also said
yeah.
that he could, you could potentially get jack high flushes to fold, and that might be true at 5-10. That might absolutely be true, but in 2-15s and under online tournaments, no one's folding the flush.
That's cash.
Oh, I said it might be the case.
People make some fucking.
And it's big cash too. 10,
I've seen
5-10 's
people
big.
make crazy folds in cash.
Sure.
All right, we got a couple nice options. We got pocket aces. We can play something nice, easy, chill. Play some pocket aces.
You want to hang out with Jonathan?
Hang out with Uncle JL.
Cool.
All right. That JL
Drawing
plays
the
pocket aces.
winner, it is
Oh, yeah.
Ginger. We
Oh,
got the
Winter
Savage.
Wren. Ginger and Winter Wren. Let's go. Good luck, Winter Wren.
And Winter
Good luck.
Wren. Ooh.
Cash games are brutal. They are.
It's a girl
I don't
fight.
find
It's a
any-
girl fight.
Hey, that's awesome. Good luck. Good luck.
Oh, that's so fucked up. Bruce says, a cat run over my kitty. I made cat jam. That's fucked up. All right, let's play the quiz.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got.
ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. We're good.
I'll go.
Oh, yes, we have it. It's the Pocket Aces, playing 22 big blinds deep against the hijack. They raised to 1 million chips at 250K, 500K. We're in the cutoff. Should we call, re-raise to 2 million, re-raise to 2.6 million, or go all in?
Min raise 2.6x all in or call.
Stack scissors are kind of fun. Like, I raised $1 million.
Yeah, he says like, what the fuck? What tournament is this? A 1K party.
Buffalo boy.
UK. Ooh, a UK 6 max. Okay. Open. This
24
is a
blinds
tournament,
deep.
Yes.
What are we doing? Just
Which
call
range
for a
2.6?
couple people. Call for Tina. Call for Sea Stars. Call for Mr. Matt. Call for Buffalo Boy. Call for Kep.
How many people left? We don't know all that information. Come on now. There's 40 left. I don't think he said how many until the money. There's like 36
Jam
to
for
47.
Ninjas. 2.6 for Dennis. 3.6
Slow play.
for Bruce. YouTube. I have literally every single answer out in the chat.
Yeah, I see mostly calls.
Oh, I
No
see a lot of calls, a lot of 2.6, a lot of 2s, and a couple of 3s.
It's like 2.6 and all calls. All right. Winter Wren is going 2.6. What?
Ginger call and hope for a shove, she says.
Cool. What are you doing?
I'm curious. I think on this stack size, we do have some flats with the aces. Never jamming, because I want to make money in this hand, and they're just going to fold too much. So 20 bigs effective, I can definitely get behind a flat. I tend to still raise it in game if I'm not lying and go to the 2.6, but flatting makes a ton of sense to me.
Only flatting.
Yeah.
Me, I'm just snap flat. I mean, not snap, but we're just calling.
Yeah, 20 effective.
I mean,
if I look at the chart, I think it's probably
better.
I'm gonna look just
like it would be it'd be nicer if the configuration had these players
was shorter,
with more re-jam stack ish. This does kind of give me the impression that we're going to be playing a multi-way pot, where we're going to have to just play post flop. But that's fine too. I don't think we get 3-bet when we have like 20 bigs by these 30 big stacks, unless they have the goods a lot. But they roll enough, and it's whatever. I'll just flat here though.
The chart says 100% flat. Bye bye. He's a genius.
Yeah, we're only flattest.
That's why he's my friend.
Flatting
aces and kings, jamming queens, jamming our ace king off and stuff. This stuff kind of needs protection, right? And we balance with our your pairs that need protection that don't flop as well. But aces don't need any protection. So
and I think another thing you'll realize, probably looking there, we probably don't have any 3-bet folds. It's probably only jams.
No, it's jam or flat.
Yeah, so there's no 3-bet to this. This thing isn't even
on 20
like
bigs.
This 2.6 isn't even really
on 20 bigs. I think on 30 we'll start to see that more, right? We're just
2.6 doesn't even exist. Yeah, we only fucking jam or call. So you're welcome.
Yeah, so at 30, because they're so short, at 30 we have the raise, not jam. There's
you see somebody 3-bet off this shit looks insanely strong. But we're gonna go 2.6 and let's see with jails on that shit.
I think Ginger picked flat, so that's what we're doing. Yep.
All right, go.
I think most people think that the default play in this scenario is to just 3-bet every time with your aces because you want to get your money in the pot. But as you get shallower and shallower, like this stack depth, you're going to find that pocket aces actually get slow played a pretty good amount of the time. If you run this through a solver, I think it'll tell you to slow play a little bit more than half the time. And in tournaments, I'm very inclined to slow play because you really, 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 really want to stack your opponent. And when you 3-bet, they're just going to fold a lot of the time. You may say, well, why not just 3-bet it small? And the reason for that is because it essentially turns your hand face up as a very, very premium hand. And unless your opponent flops very well, they're not going to really be thrilled putting the rest of their money in. So if we are going to play this, I think we want to call or 3-bet to about 2.6 million. You definitely don't want to go all in. While you do want to have a jamming range in this scenario, that's going to be more for hands like the suited connected type hands sometimes, small and medium pairs, hands like ace, king, ace, queen, ace, jack, ace, 10, etc. This you don't want to do it with aces, ace, king, ace, queen suited. I'm sorry, aces, ace, king suited, ace, queen suited, ace, jack suited, king, queen suited, pocket queens. Like all those hands would much rather 3-bet small or potentially even call. So anyway, there we go. We decide to call. You may say, but aren't you afraid of multi-way action? Not really. When you have no chips, like is the case here, you're just going to find a way to get your money in is what it amounts to. Now, if the board runs off, I suppose, 8, 7, 6 of diamonds, and somehow it goes... I guess if it comes to 8, 7, 6 of diamonds and the hijack bets, it actually could be very close to a fold. I know that sounds insane, but with the players in the blinds you attack, that should nail somebody. But how often does that happen, right? It's like almost never. So, checks to the hijack, who bets 2 million into the 4.5 million pot. Should we fold, call, raise to 4 million, or go all in?
Kept saying pretty much equal equity between raising and folding. Even on the pokercoaching.com tools section, if you look at their chart, ace is a full frequency flat in this spot. It's the same chart I showed you, actually. It's pretty much identical. There it is if you need it. All right, cool.
Calls.
We get the guy who's c-betting. Arguably not supposed to, but c-bets anyways. Rip it and dip it, says Buffalo Boy. Walk
Chris,
the dog. Call
wave.
for.
Going 4. Okay.
Matt's clicking it.
Matt, our Matt?
Jerome clicking it. Yep.
Feels dangerous, but call seems best. Jamming seems too strong.
We're 20
I see some
effective.
4s.
Yep.
J. Lopez calling.
Bill calling. Call.
Steve ass.
There's a decent amount of clicking and a decent amount of calls. Costin calling. Ginger, call. Not afraid of that board, says Ginger. He kept calling.
Call VIP. What's up, Bev? Yeah, so Winterin is calling.
So is Ginger.
I'm only calling.
Yeah, this support we don't have to worry about. We don't have to worry about turn cards. We need no protection. The blinds aren't going to flat us with some random
Never, ever.
draws. So we can get this in. And if he checks the turn, we could always jam the river. Like, there's enough in there. It's pot size bet.
Yep. Give me, I mean, yeah, just call.
Well, disincentivize the BBs and take the better. It's 10-4 deuce. What are the BBs
Easy
flatting
call.
with, Matt? Like, there's no draw.
Yeah, you raise here, you start making worse hands folds, and like you want somebody to make a single pair hand that you for sure get all the money in against. One of these guys can just check raise a 10. Like just so
something
many
like
good...
8, 6, 10. Would you?
You min raise here? What are your bluffs? What
Yeah.
the fuck would you bluff here?
0, 10-4 deuce.
And this guy is uncapped, betting in multi-way, right? And then you decide to just randomly min click him.
If he's got an overpay, you're getting that anyway.
Yeah, dude. I mean, yeah.
We don't need to get someone out of the hand when it's 10-4 deuce. We need to get him out of the hand when it's like 8, 6, 10.
He's uncapped and strong.
Tons of pair and draw combos.
What portion of your range would you want to raise here, other than sets and overpairs?
Wheels, we blocked the shit out of the wheel draws, man. We got both aces.
They get there, so what? All right, we're calling.
Ginger calling too.
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
Quick.
So this is actually a very similar spot to pre-flop, where we have the best hand virtually every time. And we certainly do not care if the opponent sticks around, because whatever this better has is probably drawing very, very thin. Very thin to perhaps dead, right? So if the opponent's drawing very thin to perhaps dead, we want to do everything we can to keep them in the pot. Again, you may say, well, aren't we afraid of the two callers? If you think about it, what do they likely have? Well, at best, they're going to have a 10, right? So we're really worried about someone drawing to 5 outs? Not really. And if we call, they may jam with a 10. Whereas if we raise immediately, the players in the blinds very easily could just fold a 10. I mean, I'm trying to think what I would do in this spot if I had a 10, like Jack 10. I would just fold if it went bet raise. If it goes bet call, it may actually be a fold, but people are way less inclined to fold whenever it's just one bet. So this is a spot where I think calling is the only play. The better is drawing very thin. The players against act are drawing very thin. And if we are against a good hand already, like pocket queens or ace 10 or even pocket nines, we're probably going to figure out a way to stack those hands anyway. So we just want to call. Again, give the opponent every opportunity to make some sort of error. On the turn,
all right,
they rip it all in.
It's over. We're just snapping.
Should we fold or call?
We're not talking about this. We're not giving options.
The one question is, Ginger, are you balancing your folding range? No, she's not balancing.
Yeah, nobody's folding here. What's up, Senator? How you doing? I'm gonna answer this for you.
Global 7-2. I was about to win a hand. Don't matter.
Winterin, I'm not. Yeah, I don't. You're calling. You're never folding.
Everyone's calling.
Yeah, I'm not even. Yeah.
Ginger not balancing. She's unbalanced in this spot.
All right. I don't even know why this is an option. Everybody in the world.
I suppose we lose to a random 2, but notice we even block the ace.
I already clicked go. Did you click go?
I already clicked it.
Ace 2 suited quite hard. They can only have ace 2 of hearts.
No way.
So we realistically lose to pocket 10s, pocket 4s, pocket 2s, and ace 2 of hearts. So we have the super nuts. Easy call. If you ever fold here, you're just making a substantial blunder. What would you call with if we were in this scenario? If I had a 10 or better, I'm just always calling. And if I had 9s, it's probably just a fold on the flop, very multi-way, because it's too likely one of the players in the blinds has a 10. So pretty much the worst hand we're in this scenario with is going to be
talking about the range. I get it.
A 10, and I think a 10 can just happily call it off. Really, whenever you're playing post-flop with short stacks, as the caller, it's usually good just to have your opponent in terrible shape, which we do here. Especially in multi-way pots, right? We do call. Opponent has king 10. He's drawing to, well, a 10. And I did not enter the action, or I didn't enter the last card, but we won and got the full double up. remember posting this hand on Twitter when this happened, and a lot of people just could not fathom the idea of just calling pre-flop and just calling the flop. Aren't you afraid of getting outdrawn? But the answer is just no. I'm afraid of not getting full value with my hand that has my opponent in very bad shape. Sometimes you're going to go broke doing this, though. Every once in a while, they're just going to drill the king or the 10 on the turn of the river, and you're going to be out. But it's worth the risk if you want to try to win the tournament.
28.
Swish for the Savage Ginger.
Well played. Good job, Ginger,
No
and good
fucking chance
effort.
against Ginger.
Nah, Ginger's a beast.
She is indeed a beast. Which reminds me, I owe you guys a subby study stream, and it's already the end of May. I'm doubled up again. I suck at this.
Pick another one. Yeah, good job. That was a simple ass quiz, dude. I mean, that's what we
I think
kind
the
of
flat
expected.
was
We
what
picked
threw
ace.
a lot of people, right?
I think the flat had a lot of discussion. I did see some 2.6s in there. And just to reiterate, we really don't have just small 3-bets when we're at that stack depth. It's a lot of flatting or jamming.
Yep.
So you learned something new today.
Yep. He needed a little bit more for a 3-bet.
Yep. We don't. I mean, at 20 bigs, 2.6 is not really
100%. Every chart we looked at.
Or jam.
Or well, the ace is 100% flat, but yeah. Or
Simple
jam.
stuff, yeah. So it becomes second nature. Yeah, simple stuff like that.
Easy chart
for sure. Helps us all get a little bit better. I mean, it's not intuitive just to know that. It's not simple.
Yeah, people just can't control their bodies, right?
Well, I'm just saying that's not like information you would just know. Just even if you're very smart, it's like you got to study that kind of stuff. New keyword.
6 toes. 6 toes, all one word in the chat for us to draw for the next winner. I gotta close down my pile of scripts so I can send Ginger her money before I forget.
Be like me and forget, and then send it 5 days later. Quizzes.
You know me, I'm always trying to do it better than 6s.
Yep.
It's hard.
That's why I have
The kid's
more
good. The kid's good
jackpot.
at life. It's hard.
Go here. So we got to find another one.
All right, Ginger, money is in your account. All right, while you guys are doing the 6 toesy thing, we are going to go back to quizzes. And I think it's my turn to pick, so let me look at the menu. It's probably going to be Uncle Matt.
Yep. I like it. What up, Deku?
The bracelet event. Yeah, that's a fun series to keep following. So let's do 1267, yeah?
1267 works. Cool. All right. Give you guys another second to get here.
He would have called a raise on the flop and turn. It doesn't matter. He would have called. Well, if we click it on him with the king 10, he's probably going to call, but he's in a really bad spot. And we just lose him when he misses.
Subsidy, I'm going to thank you for enabling my relapse. I deposited on the ACR.
Especially raising the flop. Drew.
Again today.
Ruh-roh.
Sorry, buddy. I apologize for doing that to you, man.
All right, guys. Good time to show right before we get this kicked off. Exclamation PC in the chat for the link.
I hate money too.
Coaching.com for free. Get your big blind charts. 20 free quizzes and homework assignments. Check that shit out. If you like this one, you'll want to see it from the beginning. You can go exclamation point YouTube, see this one from the beginning, see all the guests we've had in the past. We've had a lot of really, really, really cool guests, including a lot of the coaches from Poker Coaching. So check that shit out. Pick me, Nightbot. Pick me.
You see that Matt Monday schedule? That shit looks nasty. Oh, yeah, we got to pick somebody. Let's do it.
We got the Rome. Mr. J. Rome gonna get you.
Oh, shit. Frosty, how the hell? My man said something about getting picked and then gets picked. Frosty the truth? What the fuck?
He called it like Babe Ruth.
Yeah, that shit was nasty. Oh, can I have an easy one so you can tell Toe swish and then fucking gets picked? What the hell? All right, Sheriff Frost. Good luck, my dude. Love to see it. One of the Mafia's finest. With 1267, I'm ready.
Cool.
Click. Oh, shit, small.
All right, in this hand we have pocket tens in the cutoff. The low jack is going to raise to 700. We're here in the cutoff with the 210. Should we fold, call, or re-raise to 2400?
Call or raise.
Miss Steele, says Tina.
They be trolling with these fold options.
I mean, it is an option.
It is. What percentage of people you think would just click the fold out of non-misclick? 1%, less than 1%?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I've been fucking doing shit or drunk and timed out here and folded.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah,
Does that
non-error folds less than 1%. Dude.
Agreed.
You probably should.
All raises in my chat except for Dollar Bill with the call.
Re-raise. Deuterino's calling and a bunch of raises.
Raise for the Rome.
Oh, so is calling.
Julius raising.
Cool. Frosty
Yeah,
is raising.
WSOP. Julius, this is the online bracelet event.
Gomez Hamburg. He was in the last one. All right. Did
Think
your
call and raise might be the same score. Yeah, we are raising.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I'm 3-betting here every time.
Yeah, me too. I would flat this if it came from an earlier position. But when we start getting late position opens and we're in late position, then I am definitely going to raise it here.
Yep. 3-betting. Do we want to use this as a pure set mine when we flat this small raise? All these players, in the end, it just becomes a pure, like there's just gonna be an overcard on the flop, like 70% of the time or something, and it just becomes like the hardest spot to play with one over. Man, we just take the initiative, play it in position, play it heads up. 3-bet, C-bet, and win the pot. But 3-bet for me, 3-bet for Frosty, and hopefully 3-bet for Matt.
Yep, not Matt, but Jerome. Let's do it. Oh, Matt Affleck. Yes, hopefully 3-bet for Matt Affleck.
We're all pissed.
I think you can just mix here.
8's pretty good, though.
Call and 3-bet.
Yeah, 8's fine.
I think both options are perfectly fine. If we had jacks, I'd be more inclined to 3-bet. 9's a little bit less. I mean, it's just kind of right in the middle. It's probably I'd probably like a 60% call, 40% 3-bet. So I'd be fine either way. You can just use a random number generator if you want. You can use other options like who are the players are remaining. But both options are probably pretty equal in EV. I do choose to flat this time. And we get squeezed fairly large behind us from an aggressive regular. Folds back to us. Should we fold, call, re-raise to 7,500, or go all in?
Raging Hours jamming.
We just lost 90% of our brackets there to perfection, perfect score. Everybody in our chat was pretty much 3-betting.
Yep, I would have 3-bet in this spot.
Yeah.
I would have flat different.
Mix sounds good. Deuterino's still in it. I seen Deuterino with the flat.
Tina had a flat too. Tina Dretta said, I said call. Let it be known. Dennis calling.
Woo-wee. PTR.
What is Matt like? What you see is what you get with Matt. He's just like when you see him on his stream and stuff. Matt's a really nice guy. Super smart.
Don't forget PTR. I remember you 3-bet shoving that 7.
Could we see the note on Gomez? That'd be awesome, right?
I'm coming for that ass.
Friends, flattening, jamming.
Back jam sweep. Back jam.
Rome says, YOLO. He's putting it in his eye.
I'm talking about.
All of it.
Son of a bitch. Oh, shit. Sorry, I got an inside joke. All right. What are you doing here, man? What are you doing here, Frosty?
Got a bill calling, poker on my mind calling.
My dude is. Oh, he's all in. He jams.
So is Jerome.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
They both just ripped in. How many bigs is this?
I don't know, 400,000.
80?
Yeah.
Just sheesh.
I could see him reading a menu at a diner and saying something like, I'd order a steak 50% of the time and chicken parm 48% of the time. Let's roll for it.
Just a 2K, fuck. Yeah.
He's a good guy. He is nerdy, but he ain't that nerdy. But I can see that with him too, Buffalo.
It's just crazy. Like, you think Matt's just going to decide, like, I didn't want a 3-bet here to not play a big pot. Now I want a 4-bet, rip my entire stack. Just call. I'm calling. Yeah, fuck that. I'm not jamming.
I mean, if we were shorter, the jam makes sense. But here,
82 bigs, just fucking back jam. Woo! What did you do, Frosty?
What up, Snaky?
What up, T-Dubs? Wait a minute. Oh shit, I might have gave him the answer. Oh, he did go all in. I'm sorry, he's all in.
Yeah,
all right, so we're jamming here.
We're jamming too. We're going Bob Marley on it.
Yeah, I think I'm only calling, but let's see what Matt thinks.
Jamming. We're jamming.
Very close and annoying spot here. Certainly not folding. That is not an option. I don't like raising to 7,500 at all. I think this is a call or an all-in. Shoving does make some sense. We have a strong but very vulnerable hand. There's 5,500 chips in the pot, which is somewhere between 15 to 20% of our stack. So it's a significant increase here. We're out of position. We can deny equity. Shoving certainly makes some sense here. I think if I had jacks, I would be more inclined to shove because I think if we shove jacks, we can get called by tens. But when we shove tens here, we might get called by nines here. It's really close. I like to call. I think calling is just going to be my standard here. This is a very aggressive regular, though, so I wouldn't hate a shove here as well. Flop comes Jack, Jack 3. Check.
Awkward.
Continuation bet. Should we fold, call, re-raise to 5,500, or re-raise to 7,000?
Don't want to play this out of position pre-flop.
on.
I get that. I think his hand's just too strong to fold and too weak to jam for this many chips, Jerome. I feel this coach does the exact opposite of what we vote half the time. That's why we're here, right?
Let's see. 82 bigs, too deep to jam tens. Chris says call.
What are we doing, guys? What are we doing?
7K or calling. He changes his answer. Close one. Love the spot. Or call.
Call. Marlon raising it though. He wants to find out where he's at.
And DM Wood.
Tina raising
it. Raised to 7K for protection.
Friends raising it.
We can talk about that. And no if I'm beat. Okay.
J. Rome raising it.
Sheesh. Raising really doesn't accomplish anything. Center says Frosty is raising at 7K. What is
5,500 for Jerome?
Never ever check raising here.
Me neither.
Not with this. Fuck that.
He's still 3-bet his pre. He still has a jacket and all the overs. Like, and then if we raise it, like we get all his 8s and 9s and 8s.
Then when he actually just calls, even when he gets the right price to call, but like those like ace king, ace queen with a diamond in his hand and shit, you check raise to like 5K or 7K, and he calls.
You're playing for the turn.
You're just in hell for the rest of the hand out of position.
You betting again?
I think this just meets MDF. Minimum defense. We are going to have some Jack X we call it the 3-bet with, and we're going to have some diamonds as well, some diamond draws. So maybe he just shuts down. I think I just call here, honestly. Call. But we are going 7K. Let's see if Matt likes to
55.
Find out. Let's do it.
No folding here.
Yikes! I knew that
pretty
was
good flop for a hand.
Never ever.
Did you get goose egged?
You could make a
Fucking
case that
dose.
raising to 5,500 for some protection and some value is a reasonable option, but I think calling should be your predominant option. Never
I'm
folding.
used to hell.
Don't like re-raising larger than like 5,500 or so. I don't see much of a need. But yeah, seems like a pretty standard call to me.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, just a call.
3 of spades on the turn. Doesn't change much, so we're never going to lead. And it goes check. River is the 10 of diamonds. Should we check? Bet 4,000, bet 8,000, or bet
kind of
10,000?
a weird card on a weird board. Somebody said that. Oh, it's GSD said he felt the 10 coming. You were right. You were just off by one street. Yeet.
Wait a minute, T-Dubs.
The thing about being in hell, Tina, sometimes we can't avoid it.
He plays purely out of spite.
But sometimes we can we don't have to put ourselves in hell by raising it, right? Guar.
He plays purely out of spite.
Betting twice pot. 8K.
I know. I'm joking with you, my dude.
80%.
Toad's over there doing this thing, and I'm just talking shit.
For the Mendo
Yeah,
Bruce.
PTR is a man. He's a man. I've been watching for a while.
I see everything but checking.
10. Everybody's going 10K for. I mean, not everybody. 10K for Crest. Deuterino's going 4K. Don't ever think you can check here. Go big. He ain't folding over pair. Go for it. 8K. Tempted to check raise here, but going for 8K. 10K.
8K for J Rome.
Jerome's going, what are we doing here, Frosty?
Check for Tina. Now we officially have every option.
Yeah, I see everything in here as well. Frosty, what are we doing here, my dude? This is never lose. Oh, he's going 4K. I'm sorry.
Normally she would do 8, but she wants to be contrarian.
I actually do like betting small here. He says
Never ever checking. We know that, right?
I know it. Yeah, I think we're gonna do the same thing, Tim. Probably in this spot.
My only argument is do I bomb it or do I go the smaller bet size? I'm a little conflicted. I think we are kind of near the top of the equity chart, but all he needs is a jack. So I guess I'm leaning.
What? What are we thinking
40
about?
or 8 is kind of where I'm leaning. I'm not sure what size.
Oh, I mean, I'm going fucking big as shit. I'm going 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, we fucking have all. Yeah, 10.
Makes sense.
10. I mean, I don't know. 8 feels like it might get caught a little. But what is there? Is this range really that inelastic between 2K? Like, is he gonna ever fold the overpair if he did check it to just get the showdown between 8K and 10K?
I don't think there's a huge difference between 8 and 10.
Nope. Give me.
I'm
10.
surprised it doesn't have like something either 8, 10, and then overbet as an option.
Like, if he's only calling with his overpairs and jacks, like, I think we just get the most that we can fucking get. And he's going to fold all the little shit no matter what. Are we going to really get more? Is he going to call 9 sometimes for 4? No. I think he's just going to always fold stuff like that on this run out. But if he has overpair and he's always going to call, is it really make a difference between 8 and 10? I mean, get greedy. 10 for me.
I'm okay with it. You don't got to tell me.
No fucking balance. There's no balance. It's only making the most money.
How do we extract value from?
How do we get the most? Is this? I mean, we're never losing. So if he's gonna call, he's probably gonna call the overpairs and whatnot. So I don't know. Give me paid 10.
Cool.
Hopefully we're right.
Trump's going 8.
We are going, but Frosty's going 4. Maybe he raises, but 4 it is.
Let's find out.
Why?
Obviously a very, very good
Yeah,
river
it's because
for
of the
us.
jack. It's because of the pair of
The question we
jacks.
need to ask is,
We're lower
our
on the
hand
equity square.
strong enough to go for a
How?
check raise all in here?
About
And
boat.
the answer I think is no.
Oh,
There's a better boat
And
out there.
Normally,
Man,
when that's the
I'm a
case, you just want to
fucking
go ahead and bet
noob.
yourself, and you're going to protect your checking range with hands that are strong enough to check raise all in, and then you're kind of just standard check calls.
damn
This
it,
hand is
plus
obviously
4.
worth a value bet at this
I'm
point.
an idiot.
We're going to have some like
Court
king,
awareness
queen of
is a 0.
spades, ace x of spades type hands that we want to
Oh
bluff
shit!
with.
Didn't see the better. Me too.
Those type of hands. I think betting 4,000 is probably the best option here. Betting like a third pot. Going larger than that gets a little dicey. Getting called by worse. I don't think it's inconceivable. This player could still have a jack that they check back on the turn. They're going to be checking a lot of their range on the turn, so they'll need to check back some jacks. And Gomez is a very good player, so he's going to be able to do that. Checking like. He's not going to reopen the action a ton after betting, and when he does, it's probably going to be for a really, really big sizing, like a shove, and then we're bluff catching with 10s, which isn't too attractive. So I think just betting ourselves makes a lot of sense here. I think we should just go small and then save our very large bets for our Jack X hands. I do check.
If that turn was
not
anything
too fond
other
of
than a
it,
3, we would
and
bomb the shit out of it.
They check back,
Yeah.
king 9 of spades, and we win
So-
this pot.
I gotta make a confession. I didn't realize it was double paired.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Holy shit! My court awareness is.
So how often do people misclick
Dude,
10s? Right
I am
now, you saw
sick.
6s, misclick
I
10s.
just misread the board and misclicked the 10. I got jammed on snapped and been confused. Like, what the fuck? I lost? Yikes.
This is what happens when 6s
Oh,
is
man, I'm
sipping
like
the whiskey
sitting here
for
like-
breakfast.
Hell no. Hell no.
Had a little henny
Never
shot with his eggs and
never,
starts misclicking
ever.
10s.
Fuck you, man. Never.
This guy gives us options, does his own shit just because this is how he played it in real life doesn't make it necessarily the best way to play it. So he's being honest with this stuff. And actually, we studied with Affleck earlier or last week, and we were talking about
He's
these exact
very,
spots
it's best.
and the bet sizes. which is why he probably ran a shitload of those hands and has been studying the spot a lot lately.
The man only has a set of jacks. How does it?
We have a boat, fist pump. All it takes, but we don't have the best boat. Machine gun. It's like if we had a 3. If we had a 3, we would bet small as well.
That's so funny, man. But we got a perfect. Well, we got a 26, but we got a 10 for the 4K. Frosty with the 5-head score. We got a 26. Did you get?
Eatus 24.
Let's go. Good job, my dude. Frosty, my man.
Just barely got you, Jerome.
Representing the mafia. Getting us the dub, my dude. We got time for more. Good job, man. Damn, really called with King 9. What the fuck? Yeah, he's crazy. He's been in quizzes before, a few of these.
We love these guys.
Yep.
These guys buy my
talking about
kids
shit software
clothes.
screwed up.
Those are the guys that paid for my new PS5. It's those guys. It's the King 9 suited guys. Sorry, Coach. Oh, no, Jerome, you did good, man. And like I always say, if you're going to fuck up a hand, this is the place to fuck it up.
Money.
Fuck it up where it's free and get better. No worries.
We definitely got time for some more. Let's do.
I mean, look at the Faraz quiz. I fucked that up.
Oh man,
like
we got,
3 different ways.
A couple shirts. Yeah, a couple spots wrong. I felt bad. Keyword is beast.
Beast.
I don't know. I just seen it in chat.
B-A-S-T.
Beast
is the keyword. Well, while we're doing that, it is your turn to pick a quiz.
Lear, man, thank you for that follow a couple minutes ago. I appreciate that. And then we'll pick a quiz. What we got?
It's on you, Mr. C.S. Pruitt.
Dude, can't believe I misread that. I was just like, oh, we got to go to Vegas. Like, had this whole speech and we're just fucking dead wrong.
Awesome. I'd have showed you my jacket and said,
sure.
we got him, America.
You would have fucking just jammed me. I would have snapped and been confused. The fuck did I lose?
What, the toe equity?
We've been doing the Evan Jarvis stuff.
Oh, we have. It's a good series.
Ooh, wait a minute.
No, Evan Jarvis.
Wait a minute. Yeah, I see some other stuff. Wait a minute. I see this Uncle JL River. It says River block bet situation in the 1K, but kind of gives away a little something there.
Yeah, we could be facing a block bet though.
True. Fuck it. Let's do it.
All right, we're there.
1265. We'll do this one.
Picking the winner is Kep. We're getting all the legends today. We're putting out the heat, guys. We're giving them the best soldiers in the army.
Hit me up, Frosty, for that 5 spot. You already know where to find me, my dude. Oh, he's got another one. Snaky, what up, my dude? Good luck, buddy. All these high stakes MTT hands. Where's the 444K?
This shit works in those. It's funny you said that. Like, Marlon was at my house yesterday, and he was in a $2 or something. And we were talking about hands after he was playing them and stuff. And I was telling him, we were talking about all the different, the strategy that I press a lot. And it works. It works the low stakes too. For sure it does. For sure. Good poker is just good poker.
True. But yeah, 1265. Snaky, good luck, my dude. Make sure to tag us, especially now that chat's rolling, so we can easily find you guys when you're answering. So, yep, let's do it, Tom.
Oh, Cap, you've already done this quiz?
Oh, shit.
It does disqualify you, homie.
Wait a minute, you want to pick another one?
Do you have one you haven't done, Cap? Quickly.
PTR, my dude. Thank you for the 2 months. Legend of the game, hooking us up with the sub. Cat is a beast.
You got one of these you haven't done yet, Cap? Which one?
We can pick another one if he's done this. Sorry about the pump fake.
Yeah, he's responding pretty fast. It's like a 2-second delay on the stream.
It's no problem.
Go ahead and pick someone else. All right, Cap. Sorry about that, buddy.
Oh, piss. And then I clicked out of it. All right, we'll do that same quiz. I'll go back.
Snaky is up. Oh, right. Newest member of the army.
Dude, he's in our stream. He's I just picked him.
You picked Snaky?
Yeah.
You're claiming him. Jesus Christ. All right, 3rd time's a charm. It's Julius. I know you don't got him. You're up, Julius.
All right.
Which one are we doing?
We are doing 1265. Yep. Okay. I clicked it.
Oh, this one.
Here we have pocket fives. playing 32 big blinds deep, facing a loose, aggressive kid who opened under the gun. Should we fold, call, re-raise to 2.6 million, or go all in?
You are chosen, Snakey. 32 bigs, small blind. Oh, big blind. Facing an early open. What's the play? Call starting to streaming.
Yam. Easy flat for the Scarlet and Gray. Call for Snaky. Call for Crest. Call for PT.
Chip Critic is calling. Poker Ninja is calling. Arlinia, good morning. Calling.
I mean, if we're being kind of... that's like low jack open. I don't know if I count these as under the gun.
That is true. It is effectively the low jack.
It's like a low jack.
'Tis true.
I already mentioned to jamming if you're a psycho. Is it?
Arlinia, that's okay if you're late. Better late than never, right? Call, says Bruce.
We are under the gun. We would jam versus the button.
Julius, what are you doing?
Everybody's like, this is something that kind of bothers me. People look and see the first act and say under the gun. Count backwards from the button.
True.
It's a low jack open.
I'll answer that question, Tina, once we get a little further, so I don't give any spoilers.
The under the gun, I don't know.
2.6, says Julius. He's getting froggy. He's going to hop.
Julius is going 2.6. Okay.
No, he's not going 2.6K. He's going 2.6 million.
I mean, 2.6 million.
We only deal in millions in the Army.
Gut feeling fives isn't a good jam. I'm not spoiling and saying it is a jam. I'm just giving you a different way to observe the table.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Count back from the button, not from the front of the table.
So that you know you're not facing an under the gun range. You're actually facing a low jack range. They're vastly different.
Yep. But we're gonna call. Did 2.6? Oh yeah, 2.6, and I think I'm just calling here.
Yeah, I think from the small blind is where we actually would jam it. But in the small blind is where most of our 3-bets come in general and in this spot. But the big blind, we only have one blind invested. We get great pot odds. Call with the 5s.
Call for me.
Cool. 2.6 for Julius, though. He's going cray. Let's find out.
Yeah, 2.6 feels crazy, but all right, let's call.
I said he going cray.
This is a situation where some people elect to just make a gigantic all in, but I do not think that is a good play. Especially in these live tournaments, I generally don't make shoves that are roughly 10 times the opponent's raise size or less. Here it's more like 15 or 16. And whenever you do shove and get called, it's just detrimental. And even though shoving may actually be a little bit profitable, it's probably going to be better for you instead to call, see the flop, and go from there. You also don't want to make it like 2.6 million with the intention of folding to a jam or calling against the jam, because once you get jammed on it, it's awful. So we call. We're going to check basically every flop. We check on ace. We flopped a full house. Fantastic. And the opponent bets 450K. Should we fold, call, raise to 1.3 million, or go all in?
It's a little awkward here. While we have a boat, there's a lot of other boats out there. Call. One for Pete, one for $1 bill.
ETR 1.3 to see where he's at. And he does
Call
anything
for Dennis.
fold. Awkward, but call. Either have the best end or actually 0%.
Call. Julius, what are you doing, buddy? 1.3 every time.
Call for Snakey.
Call for Julius.
Okay. So they both go. I see 1.3.
Me too.
I see
Up
some.
two.
I see a couple 1.3s. Here's the issue. When you do make it 1.3, he just still is uncapped and has like all the overpay. And even when you do make your small raise, like a good player is just going to identify like, hey, I'm still strong and uncapped. And I'm just never folding king, queen, king, jack, almost anything. And the moment you check the turn, I'm just going to bet. Mm-hmm. Like even with my high cards. Because I know I still have like the nuts in my range. So
I think we've seen this last couple of quizzes too. A lot of people raising And
to find out where I'm at.
or to like try and take it down now. The problem is you have no backup plan for when you get called. You're
If
just
your
out
backup
there in the
plan is
go
to
pot,
see
right?
where I'm at and then to check give up, you're probably like getting
Pretty much
destroyed.
exactly what you just said, Jerome.
So you can't do that. It's not, you don't know if it's protection because his range is uncapped. So what are you protecting from if you're dead? So
Yeah,
be
he's got
careful with that shit.
6s, 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s, queens, kings. He's got all that. You're dead.
You're dead.
You're dead.
But I mean, players may not play well, so we just call here and see what happens.
And like
right?
when we raise, what's calling? King, queen? It's like the only non-pair hand. All right.
All right. Yeah.
Let's do it.
We're calling
for Julius. Yes.
Yep. Call here.
So this is a neat spot because we either have the best hand or we don't. When we don't have the best hand, though, we're somewhat susceptible to getting outdrawn, so you'd think that raising would have some merit. The problem, though, is that the opponent has literally all the aces in their range, especially if they're loose and aggressive. They could even raise the ace-2 offsuit in the low jack seat if they feel like getting out of line. So I don't think we can realistically raise here. Also, notice that no better full house will ever fold. So while we do have the best hand in this scenario pretty often, and we're likely to get outdrawn, we really can't raise because when we're behind, we are just stone dead, and you do not want to be stone dead. So we have to call. We'll be checking every turn. Check. Check. River is the queen of spades. Should we check, bet 600,000, bet 1.4 million, or bet 2.8 million?
Tina's plan is to raise, and then if she loses, flip the table over. It's called the tantrum strategy.
And throw a shoe at the dealer. Remember that shit? I watched that clip like 10, 20 times in a row. It's so fucking funny, dude.
Oh, what a weirdo. Check. Poor Jerome is so bummed he didn't raise it to stop all these crazy cards from coming on turn and river. You can't be scared, Jerome. We gotta be good at all situations. 1.4 for Bruce. About
I'm gonna go ahead and check this.
600K for C Stars. Check for Tina.
Buff catch a small bet. Check call.
You would have ended it early means that you just would have got worse to fold and put yourself in a tricky spot when called, Jerome. It's actually harder.
1.4 due to Reno. Holy shit. 1.4 to see where we're at. 1.4s. All right. Snaky is checking. What is Julius doing?
Julius, what the hell are you doing? 600K for friends.
Gotta bet small because the title teacher gives it, unless we are five-heading ourselves. 1.4 is not seeing when you're at. Yeah, it's not at all. It's like that's a value bet size. What did Julius do? Oh,
I don't know what Julius did. But Julius, check, says Julius.
All right, going 600K for me.
600K for me as well. We don't want to check and let him.
I do want to fucking bluff catch.
Bomb the ever-living shit out of it. Ready to bet 600K and fold.
There's so many variable bet sizes he can use. He could just make us so indifferent. And we're not, when we bluff catch, we're not beating any of his value range.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think we can potentially sometimes get called by worse. I think we get very honest responses when we lead to 600 as well.
And we lose less, like you said, when we check call as a bluff catcher, we're going to lose less because they're going to bet more than 600.
I mean, you could even see a call by King Jack, King 10,
King Queen.
a few under pairs as well. Like, and then I think it's important that we don't have to like check and then call a beverage, like even calling a million, 1.5 million or something like that. We just can be beat so easily. So
yeah, the problem going 2.8, like Tina, like Six was just saying, is
think,
they only call with better and fold everything worse, right?
Like if we ran this tail, I wonder how much equity we'd have. Maybe like 50 to 60% equity. I think in those cases we block bet sometimes in these spots. If we have like, if we ran this in Pio, we'd probably have like 50, 60% equity or something. Yep.
I agree with you 100%.
When he checks the turn, he's like kind of capped because I think he would continue to bet like the other stronger over pairs over a 9. Sure, he has some Queen X, but there's a lot of other hands he just miss, whatever.
And a lot of it's stopping him from being able to bomb. We take that play away from him.
If he raises what I'm doing, getting the fuck out of Dodge.
Snappy folds. He's got no bluffs.
I mean, yeah, because we can be just betting small ourselves for a queen. Yep, give me out. But we are going.
Check.
Let me see. Wait a minute. I got to make sure what Frosty was doing. Oh, he said go 600K because of the title. All right, let's do it.
He leveled.
So this is a neat scenario where we have the best hand a lot, but if we check and the opponent bets, we are pretty unhappy about it, right? Because they can just easily check it back with king high and expect to win sometimes.
I'm sorry, it was Snaky.
And if they have a queen or a 9, they're just going to put in a value bet, right? So it's a pretty rough spot. This is one of these scenarios where if you run it through the solver, if you have somewhere between like 48 and 55% equity against your opponent's range, it's a very nice spot to bet tiny.
I love getting better.
And I think that's pretty much where we are right here. If we bet big, I think king high will even fold because remember we had to check call the flop with something, right? So I think even king high will fold to a big bet. So I really hate that. If we are going to bet on like a small bet, if we do check though, it's like not especially amazing. I think a lot of people think that when you check call, you just have an easy bluff catcher. But if you check and your opponent does bet, it should be with a pretty strong hand. Because first off, they have to worry about us having an ace, which we could conceivably have. And also, they have a lot of showdown value with their most obvious hand, which is pocket kings. And even then, the small pairs would probably not bet. With not pocket kings. A king has showdown value. And small pairs don't need to bet. So when we do face a bet, it's going to be from a very polarized range of something like a 9 or better or like air. And, the opponent could have air, but it's not clear they'll even bet with it because we must have check call the flop with something. Man, I can't talk today. Sorry, everybody. So anyway, I think this is a spot where we actually can go for the very small bet. And if we did have the ace in this situation, we would also consider going for the very small bet. Because with the ace in this scenario, if we bet big, we're probably only going to get called by a queen or a 9, whereas when we bet small, the opponent is going to call decently wider, I think. So I'm not going to say we necessarily should bet small with an ace, but we should at least consider it. This time we do go for the small bet. And notice when we do bet small, we essentially make it kind of difficult for the opponent to bluff us. And it's almost like we're saying, all right, we'll put in 1.5 big blinds on the river, roughly break even, in exchange for not being put in way more difficult scenarios and also not calling a bigger value bet whenever we would have check called against a 2 million chip bet. So, like right here, if we could just check it down, we'd be thrilled. Like if we could figure out a way to force the opponent to check it down, that'd be great. And betting 600K kind of does that. You may say, well, won't they just bluff you? The problem is they can't just mindlessly bluff us if we have some queens in our range and we have some ace in our range, right? So anyway, we bet 600K and we win the pot.
Oh, we won the pot! Hey! Marlon was doing this last night.
We got a 28
like this and just taking these small value pots like crazy. It was really effective. It was great.
We got a 28.
20. We got wrecked on the pre-flop.
Oh, yeah, the pre-flop thing. Well played, Snaky. I fucked you up on the river. I gave you more points on accident, but yeah, I think the call was just an 8. Good job, my dude. Yeah, he said a lot of things. When we have like 48 to 50, 60% equity heading into the river, it's just going to be better to bet small rather than like put ourselves in these horrendous bluff catch situations. And we can get called by worse. It's just like a win-win-win.
Yeah, it feels really good too because you and I have been studying this exact spot for about a week, and to get it right on the quiz, it's good reassurance for us.
Yeah, and it comes out of like we didn't even expect it, so that's awesome. Yeah, bluff catching is just gonna be hell on earth in those spots.
Mm-hmm. Which is what I was doing like always and hating my life.
Yeah, and I was betting a lot in these spots and not even knowing it was right, but it works. Another keyword. We got time for more, guys. Make sure to get your exclamation point PC in the chat. Check out the shit. There's some free content, free tools and stuff like that. I think it's helpful, man. And if I was new to poker, I would just check out as much free shit as I could to try to get better and then make that investment in the tools I thought were the best, So check out some of this stuff, man. It's good for you.
Mm-hmm. We couldn't bet the turn on Linear because he opened, we called, then the flop came, we checked on the flop, and he bet, and we called. So we wouldn't just lead the turn, right? It just kind of a weird line. And if he's got overcards, he's got, 6 outs twice? He's got
damn cat.
12%. So can't be afraid.
So you bought any of this shit with your point?
Can't be afraid.
Hold on. Keyword. Yep. Your turn.
Legend.
Easy.
We'll keep it in theme.
Love it. Oh, shit.
This one's for you, Tina.
Legend.
Oh, no worries, Julius. You were good. Yeah, you're being over aggressive because you're fearing the river. And sometimes, like, it's okay to be aggressive, but you got to have balance, Arlene. We can't just always one. Sometimes we're forced to flat pre-flop. Sometimes we're forced to flat on the flop, right? It's less comfortable, but
Get in there, guys.
sometimes we got to do that. This one's for you, Tina.
All right, time to pick another quiz.
All right, let's do the other one. I want to see how that series is going. 1268.
The 1100 WPT Falls View. Let's do it.
Cool. I know, Arlene, you've been working on your aggression, which is good, but you got to have all of it. You got to have all the tools in your arsenal. Come on, Nightbot. Let's roll this bitch.
All right, you good?
2.
I think we got enough people that just flew in there. I love it.
3. Oh, rigged. You missed it. It's my man, Dennis, in the house.
Ionian, let's go, my dude. Been here, going hard, answering, super active. You love to see it. Now you gets an opportunity to shine. Let's go, my dude. You love to see it.
Let's go, Dennis. Let's go. All right, ready to play?
Yeah, make sure to tag us, guys. Makes it easier to find. And my court awareness is a little low today, so it helps me out. Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
Hello everyone, Evan Jarvis here for PokerCoaching.com. Today we're reviewing a tournament hand from the $1,100 buy-in World
40,
Poker
50,
Tour
50,
Falls View event that I played earlier this year. At this point we're a few levels into the tournament. Blinds are 200, 400 with a 400 big blind ante. We have some reads on the table. We have a loose opener on our right, more tightish, honest friend on our left, very fun player on the button, and then a solid Asian player, big blind. Folds around us, hijack, 6-7 suited. What should you do? Should you fold, limp in, min raise to 800, or raise to 1100?
Arlinia, I saw you do crazy stuff the other day. Dennis going 800 with the min raise open here. Yeah, screen names for Evan Jarvis are the best.
8 for Rainus.
11 for Cap.
8 for Winter Wren, 8 for Snaky, 888, 855. Just fits in his own sizing. You love to see it. Only min raises here.
I got 1100 and the rest over there min raising.
Got 40 bigs here. 40 effective behind. 8, 8, 8, 8. Ionian's going 8.
Everyone going 8. Dennis going 8. Who is
Big
the man
Donna.
of the hour? 1100 for Costin though. 11 for now. 11s are starting to come in.
Good morning.
You think there's no open here, Marlon?
Nah, bring it back.
Act.
Flat call. The old school limp. There it is.
He's still limping.
1100 for D Coop.
That's true, Tina. You're a trendsetter.
Cool.
Where's the machine gun jam option? Fair. All right, we're going 8.
This is Ionian. Just going 8.
Let's do it.
Frosty, wait a minute. You going 8? You going 8 here? You ever upsize them with these stacks?
6 is out there, phoning a friend.
I was asking you.
Oh, you said Frosty.
No. I was asking if you were ever going.
Oh, min raising. I'm always min raising. It's 40 bags deep. We're min raising. Let's move on with the quiz. That was good.
Well, I see there's a lot of 1100s out there.
I would upsize
Okay,
if
Nathan.
if we were deeper, but we're 40 bigs effective, so I'm always min raising. 100%.
Yeah, I'm probably min raising as well. I just see the 1K army. Might go a little bit bigger, like 2-3, 2-2, but it's fine. 800 here. Let's go.
Yeah, if you want 1,000, whatever.
Yeah, right. It's not the biggest. It's all
At
the
this
same.
stack depth, 6-7 suited is definitely a hand that we want to be playing, especially
Same.
one of the later positions. So we don't want to be folding it,
You
and
dash
we don't really
it,
want to be
baby.
limping in with it, inviting ourselves to get isolated
Bruce.
and capping our range. We just don't want to do that. So coming in for a raise is going to be the best play, whether it's for a min raise or about a 3x is totally
Give 10 points to both.
stylistic and up to you. Personally, I play a slightly narrower range of hands and raise to a slightly larger sizing, but I do see a lot of merits in playing the wider range of hands with a smaller opening size. So whether you min raised or about 3x'd it, you get 10 points. Very fun player calls on the button, no surprise there, and our solid Asian player calls out of the big blind. Flop is King of Spades, 8 of Diamonds, 7 of Spades, giving us bottom pair and a backdoor flush and straight draw. Action checks to you. What should you do? 3,900 out there. Should you check? Bet 1,400, bet 2,800, or bet 4,200?
All right, we get called by two people. We're sitting in the middle. Do we see bet or no? What is your answer and what size, guys?
See bet or nah,
Dennis, snappy snap checking. 30% for Bruce. Not Bruce, Jerome.
1,400 for Winter Red. 1,400 to keep the initiative.
60% with a straight flush. 60% of a straight flush. Check, says Bruce. You almost tricked me there, Bruce. 28, 14, 28, 14.
Family.
Cap says multi-way. He's checking 14. There's lots of bets coming out here now.
I see mostly bets. We're starting to see some chat.
Army. Why are you so angry, Army?
14 here for Snaky. I would see bet 1,400 here for Ionian. Check for T-Dubs.
Check for Ricker.
Frosty's going 2,800 plus. Wait, 14. Dude, try to isolate the very fun player and kick out the solid Asian player. So you're trying to isolate yourself out of position here, huh? Okay, little tough. Checked, out of position, probably checked. All right, everybody went Ionian, went 14. What did your
checking
guy go for? Oh, they're checking over there, right?
He's on Team Toe. He knows to check in
only
the middle.
only fucking checking. I'm never
100% check in
this.
the middle. No C-bets.
I mean, just think about
C-bets.
Just think about the range of hands the button can flat here. I think his flatting range might be tighter than your opening range.
Definitely.
Like then the big blind just has all kind of random combos and King X stay float. It's just gonna be tough. Like we just check here and then reevaluate turns. We can check call one.
100% check.
I mean,
I am. The button. Okay.
You see that here. It's just gonna be fucking rough as hell, man. A lot. Get check.
Jerome, you're firing again because you're scared of turns and rivers. That's not necessarily
check call all day.
Right
I'm never ever see betting this. Yeah, this is a pure check. I would assume.
Yeah, if you start running these both way spots, you'll see that you check in the first position spot almost exclusively. You check in the middle a heaping fat ton of the time, and you bet in the back seat quite a bit.
I mean,
not that, Jerome. I'm sorry if I assumed.
All right, let's go ahead and bet 14.
We are checking because Dennis studies with me.
Let's go.
With this being a three-way pot, it is not as ideal of a situation.
You gotta run the sim, Evan.
Wait a minute.
That being said, it's still a reasonably good board for our hand.
Run the sim, friend.
A reasonably good board for our range, slightly above average. And our position isn't bad either. Given that the player on the button is a very fun player, he's going to be calling with a wider range pre-flop than some more solid players would, and he's going to find more folds on this flop facing a bet. If we bet, we can get him to fold these high type hands and a lot of Broadway type hands.
I don't need to. It's check. But I can run it if you want.
He may call one of the ace highs, but with
it's
it being
8,
three-way, he's likely going to fold his ace high type hands because of the player behind. So betting here allows us to likely have position for the rest of the hand. Have our opponents fold out some equity. We get some protection against some overcard type hands. And also we maintain control of the hand for the later streets.
Set some of those things.
In terms of sizing, I like the smaller bet sizing over the larger bet sizings. I don't think there's any need to go to 2,800 or 4,200. We're really just looking to fold out ace highs and under pairs in this situation. So 1,400 is enough to get that done. That being said, checking is also a decent option since it's three ways to the flop and our opponents could have connected.
9, 10,
I think with the particular properties we have being a bottom pair, some
Fair
backdoor
cap.
draws, but a lot of things we want to protect against. I like betting over checking, but both options, mixing between the two is totally fine. Fun player folds, which is great, and we face a small check raise from the solid Asian player.
Get his ass.
Much more likely to be a king than it is to be a two-pair type hand. Draws are also possible. The small sizing does not.
Isn't this? I like to see pain sometimes.
It's so funny how.
Or something like
wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Action's back on us. 1,800 more to continue. What should you do? Should you fold? Call? Click it back to 5,600 or move all in?
It's funny. I always make this comment. Like you talk about how like losing aces to kings and ace king to running into aces. Like that's not how the poker gods get you, man. Poker god get you is when you make a small mistake like c betting in the middle here, and then you always get. It was like Faraz in the first quiz. Like you always get punished when you just step out of line a little bit, for sure. All right, what are we doing here? Dennis is calling one time and calling for Bruce. Call. Kept calling. Call everyone calling. The whole army calling.
The price is just fucking ridiculous.
The price is wrong, bitch.
I mean, we can never ever fold. Like,
Jerome is folding.
we're getting over 3-1, right?
What about? Well, let me wait for people to answer. Are we? My guy's ready. Is your guy ready?
Yeah, he called.
Okay, cool. So, what would you do with 6-7 hearts? Would that make a difference?
I mean, I would never ever be in this spot from c betting, so it makes me sick to my fucking stomach.
That's true. I think that we continue here more though because we have backdoor diamonds. I guess is my point.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we're in position. We were going to meet him. This meets minimum defense.
6-7 hearts. I think we probably
makes me sick to my stomach that we bet, and it's like, I don't like the bet here at all. Like we said, we're folding out ace high and under pairs. Those hands are checking back in the back seat anyway, and we're ahead of them. And then like the rest of their value hand, which is a shitload of these hands to hit this board, fucking spades, all the king X, better straight draws. It just disgusting. It feels like we can just. It feels tough. Like
simple three-way is expensive. It's hard to run. Give the kid a break. He's a good guy.
We got to call.
We got to call. I agree. We got to call. Backdoor quads. True. We do have backdoor quads.
We want ace high.
That's the first time I've ever heard that. That's hysterical.
They're worse hands. We want those hands in the hand. We don't want to fold out worse and make better call.
I'm the kind of guy who hits backdoor quads.
Okay.
All right, we're calling.
Yep, call.
Let's do it.
Price too good.
And as always, when we're looking at our options, we have to look at what are we trying to accomplish with the play. If we fold, we're assuming that we don't have 20% equity in the pot. We definitely have 20% equity in the pot with bottom pair, chance to improve to trips, two pair, and backdoor flush as well. If we didn't think our two pair outs were live, you know, our opponent only had like kings or eights here, or 8-7, then we could justify folding. But as I mentioned earlier, I think his range is a little bit weaker and a little bit wider than that. Clicking it back, what does that accomplish? Nothing. Not a good choice there. And going all in, what does that accomplish? We're trying to fold out a king? That's probably not going to happen. If he check raises and faces a shove, he's probably just going to shrug and call. People generally don't look to fold top pair in medium and small stakes tournaments. So that leaves us with the only option remaining of calling. We're taking the right price. We're in position for the rest of the hand. We have backdoor draws to go with our initial outs. And we are beating some draws as well. Turn is a 9 of diamonds, which is quite nice for us for a few reasons. One, it gives us an open-ended straight flush draw, which are more outs. And two, it does complete one of the straight draws, 6-5, and the gut shot jack 10, which means that a pair of kings is likely going to slow down now rather than continuing to apply pressure.
I wish I could go back.
So we get a check from our solid Asian player. Action is on you. What should you do? Should you check, bet 3,200, bet 6,400, or go all in?
That's how the poker goes.
And that's another thing. Well, no, another thing about that with the SPR when we get check raised, like it's disgusting if we're just chasing backdoor draws. Like we won't have the SPR is gonna be too shallow to call two bets. When you do bet,
yeah, we just hit the nut card.
I might like it a little bit more if we're at 100, but when we're this shallow and we bet get check raised, even if we pick up equity on turns and he actually jammed into us, it'd be fucking disgusting. Yeah. So I don't know if I ever like betting in that spot, but now what?
Jerome says he's saving his chips for flips and he's checking.
Bet 40%.
It's a trap. Check for Dennis. Check.
Holy shit. A lot of checks. And then I see some jams.
80% of a straight flush.
Ionian says jam.
Check. Everyone check.
I go check. Holy fuck. Check or jam, no in between here. No, some people are betting. Ionian
jamming.
is jamming. What is
Checking.
he's checking?
Mhm.
All right. What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm never here.
I'm
At this
jamming.
point, I'm like, fuck, man.
I'm jamming every time.
Would you jam any diamond or this particular diamond?
He checks to me after check raising.
Mm-hmm.
Our range still continues to be uncapped, especially the fact that we bet multi-way. We're going to have a lot of very strong hands. So if we're going to be jamming like our hands like ace, king, king, queen that we might have not went with, aces and stuff like that, we get to this point and he checks, we'd be fucking in there with this SPR. So I'm jamming this kind of as a semi-bluff with equity, so I can sometimes win the pot with just like a pair of sevens. If he does happen to fold out like some flush draw or some combo draw with a lot of equity. And if he calls with a king, we have a lot of equity. But I'm jamming.
Would you call if that was some other brick diamond turn? I mean, sorry, would you jam? Would you jam if it was any diamond? Like
if he checked, dude, if he checked and I picked up equity, I'm jamming.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, makes sense to me. I'm with you.
Give me out. I mean, because we're still going to have like a lot of strong value-ish hands. So the semi-bluff.
And he's going to have some flush draws and things and some straight... Straight draws hit a pair, but they're still in a shitty-ass spot if you jam. Like a 9. Shitty-ass spot if you jam.
So he's going to check raise, check a king himself, huh?
Solid Asian player. I don't know if that means this guy's that kind of tricky.
For me, it's jam. Ionian's jamming as well. And you are jamming? You're checking. Cool. It is a lot. I think Evan's going to check, but... I mean,
no, we are arguing for a bet here, Tina, for jamming. It's pot size of 1, basically.
Signs.
We're checking. Let's find out.
All in.
If you chose to check, I am with you 100%. We have a little bit of showdown value with the pair of sevens. We're not beating a ton of hands that are check raising. We are beating some flush draws. But we have a little bit of value, showdown value with the pair of sevens. But more importantly, we have a ton of
diamonds.
We have a ton of ways we can improve to the best hand. We have an opportunity to see the river for free. Also, if we want to try to bluff our opponent off a king, we can do that on a later street.
We got an 8, though. It's not
even
bad.
if we don't improve our hand, the board may get scarier. The board may bring jack of spades
Jamming
or
was an
something.
8.
And we can certainly fold our opponent off a king at that point in the hand. That's how it runs
check
out.
was all in was an 8. Yeah.
Betting 3,200 and 6,400 basically just get us pot stuck, and if we're gonna do that, we might as well just move all in. With this particular turn card, there is a chance that we could fold him off a king with a jam here. But as I said, there are also just a lot of rivers that we can save that bluff for anyway. So rather than making the jam now, I think it's better to check back. Consider bluffing on favorable rivers for our hand and value.
That's a good point.
You know, the best rivers for our hand, or I should say, betting on the good rivers for our range and value betting on the good rivers for our particular hand. And the river is one of those exact cards, 10 of diamonds, giving us a flush, not just a
brag
straight,
post.
a straight.
Brag post.
Our opponent checks to us. What should you do?
What the fuck are we thinking
check,
about here?
bet 6,000 or go all in.
Bet 6K or all in.
Yeah, no one's checking, right? So bet medium or jam it in his face.
If you check back here, you're gonna get a penalty. So don't even look at that. Your ass will get a penalty.
Jams and 6 coming in there. Yeah, don't check back. You're gonna get a penalty.
Yeah, go take a hike. The tournament director will tap you on the shoulder and say, "Take a hike."
Catch. Dennis going 6K.
Check this river.
Lots of 6s. Lots and lots of 6s out there.
Snap folds.
Checking, scared of Queen Jack of Diamonds.
6K is good.
He had a straight, but we have a straight flush. Woo Poker, thank you for the follow. Welcome, buddy.
Hey, sir.
6K for friends.
Take a walk for fucking 15 minutes. You're trolling. Brilliant minds. Jam for Deuterino.
All in for Pete.
Yam.
Pete says all his chips, his car keys, his drink with the napkins. He's betting his wife.
You have to second nuts.
Oh, he might re-raise.
If we go 6.
That's what Jerome is thinking about.
Snap, open, fold.
Open fold.
Yeah, I don't know. Ionian goes 6, so he's going the least, the small bet to try
So
to
is
get
Dennis.
called more. I'm all in.
I'm doing the Phil Hellmuth all in. With the chips in the middle.
No,
I'm throwing my
just
car
small bet.
keys. I'm throwing Beats' wife in the middle. Beats' car keys. I'm throwing one of my shoes in the middle, not at the dealer. I
If my
don't
chips
want
were
to get thrown
sitting
out.
quicker, it'd probably start a fire.
Straight's gonna call Jerome if you jam, and they're only gonna call when they're not gonna raise you when the backdoor flush comes in. Most likely, they're just gonna call.
The Phil Hellmuth, just sloppy, just.
Jam, max value, beats name.
All right, all in. I mean, yeah, I think we're only shoving. All right.
Top of the equity range, shove that bitch.
All right, but let's see what Evan thinks of the 6K though.
Evan, if you don't jam this, you're dead to me, homie.
You did it.
Oh,
As long as you do not
I clicked
select
jam.
check,
I clicked 6.
I'm with you.
I
We can
accidentally
go
fucked up
all
because
in
Dennis clicked
and
6
look to
too.
get value from
What was Jam get?
as King Jack type hands.
You got a 10 for the 6.
Yeah,
It's
he
mainly
wrong.
it. Maybe some heroic 2 pairs. We could call there. But when we go for the smaller sizing of 6,000, it's a lot easier for him to call with King Queen, King Jack certainly, King 10, a lot of King X type hands, which I think given his sizing on the flop, we're going to see a lot of that. Also, if he had spades, he may have improved to a Jack high straight, or a Queen high straight, or a 10 high straight. So we want to give those hands a chance
Is he
to call.
folding to an all-in with a straight?
6,000 is a pretty significant bet into this pot, but it's only a quarter of his chips. And in a lot of tournament spots, the best thing to focus on is how big your bet is relative to your opponent's stack, rather than how big your bet is relative to the size of the pot, because that's what they're going to be considering when making their decision. So we bet 6,000. Our opponent is easily able to afford it. It's only a quarter of his chips, but it's very meaningful
So sad,
for us.
Evan.
And our opponent does call it, and we pick that one up. And I think we get called for the 6,000 more than twice as often as we do when we bet.
He's too
all in.
embarrassed to say.
We pick up more chips.
He's too embarrassed.
With our particular hand by taking.
Maybe
that.
the dude called and threw it in the muck.
Fair.
In
It's
live.
poker.
Yeah.
So the guy
Great job
called with the jack.
on this hand. Hope
You
you
would've
learned
got
a
it
thing or
all.
two. Hope you enjoyed it. This has been Evan Jarvis for PokerCoach.com, and I very much look forward to seeing you in the next one.
Now the guy threw the hand in. I mean, yeah, the guy
So it was interesting
had to have
because-
showed his hand. The guy would have had to have showed his hand when he got called, unless he just fired it into the muck.
Right.
I think Evan could have got it all, personally. I think
could've.
some guy,
And I
like,
think it's interesting, the parts where we disagree,
guys
he
will
did give
have
8s
two
to.
pairs. The thing with, like, these guys live will sometimes have, like, 2 pair, and he's never folding a jack.
Mhm.
Like, I've seen guys call some crazy just 2 pair that should be just dead in these spots live. And you would think you're never getting called by 2 pair. And he just has some shitty shit never calling a 4-line board, and he's calling all of it with a jam with a jack. I don't know. Interesting. He probably had air, king, queen. Yeah, the big blind doesn't have to show. You're right. It's actually the aggressor who shows. Yeah, I ain't played live in a while. I'm talking like an online fish. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so we did really well on this one, man. Really good
And we're
job
somewhat
there, Dennis.
6s and jacks call on their check raise on the flop. Yeah, so when we get here with those combos, we should probably just get it all. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was good, and I think that's it. Shit,
Yep.
we went over. Wow, this was fun. It was a fun ass session, man. This was
Yeah,
good.
a lot of good quizzes. Yeah, Dennis, man, seeing a lot of improvements in your game, buddy. I know you're working hard. It's definitely showing. You killed this quiz. 46 points.
48. We got nasty there.
I have no idea how you lost this, Dennis. I was so confident. What?
Good job, Ionia. He only got the 8 on the turn. Almost switched
Wowza. Nice one.
the plan. Trying to make me go broke $5 at a time.
Oh, wait.
Is coming into effect.
I misclicked the river. He did get 48. Good
Bullshit.
catch, Dennis. I went all in, but he checked.
Yeah, that's right,
He did 6.
because you did say
So he got
that.
2 points more. So he
All
has
right, well,
48.
Ionian, I debated you, and you have
That's
to
my
win a
fault.
flip now.
That's my fault, Ionium.
You got to win a flip now. Tobias, thank you for
we got
that
the flip up on the
follow.
screen.
We got to watch the flip real quick. Hold on.
Who wants to call it?
Call it Ionian. Heads or tails? Let him call it since he got debated. Heads or tails, my dude? We'll watch the flip on the stream. You got 10 seconds to answer. Uh-oh. People in the chat are calling for heads. He calls heads!
Heads! All right, let's flip
Tails were never losing. All right, we'll do this flip before we end it. Did you click it?
Heads it is!
Oh, heads! He did it. Fair.
We lose the flip. Dennis, you played so well. You lost the flip.
There
this
it
is your life. I'm sorry.
Well
homie.
done, my dude. The heads call. Tails are on fire. I'd pick tails, but good shit, my dude. Legend of the game. Good job, buddy. Make sure to whisper me. PayPal or ACR, I can get it either way. And thank you guys for the support, man. We love doing this. We're going to get back to having some guests on here in the next few weeks. It should be good. Maybe
Where's
one
the
day.
toe equity?
Maybe one day we'll get JL out here. We've been trying to work on that. Maybe sometime in June, a little spoil up potentially. We'll put out something on that. But yeah, I will catch you guys. We got to find somebody to host poker coaching
guys, if
in
you
the
like
chat.
this one, you want to see any
Make
ones
sure
we've
to
done in
give
the past?
Toe a shout out. Here, let me give Toe a shout out.
You want to see any of the ones we've done in the past? You want to see any of the guests we've had in the future? We've got a lot of great ones. Jesse James, Greg Raymer, Matt Affleck, Evan Jarvis, Tristan Wade, B-Fizz. The list goes on. Bet on Drew. We try to get a lot of all the people you guys know and some you don't, and some that are famous. We've got all of that. On the YouTube channel, exclamation point YouTube, in either chat, and you will get the link for that. Exclamation point PC in the chat. If you get a link to sign up for free to pokercoaching.com, where you can get 20 free quizzes. Big blind charge for 100 blinds or more, and a few homework assignments. So check that out as well. If you want to sign up for premium, there's like 1,500 quizzes or so. Webinars every week with these guys live. There's content from me. There's content from Sixes. There's content up the wazoo. More than you can consume. So check that out. Is there a study session after? I am doing a hand history review with B-Fizz. I believe it's in an hour, Bruce. It's going to be on the Team Turbo Kings channel, though, not mine.
Yep. We'll make sure to. I'll be there maybe for a little bit checking that out. You want $5, man? Make sure to whisper me. And I'll be back tomorrow for pretty big grind. Sunday, Monday, massive grinds for me. So stop by, give your boys some support. See how it goes. Good luck, everybody out there grinding this weekend. Win money. 3 p.m. Central for the hand history review on the Turbo Kings channel. Toe, are you going to stream that, or are you just going to hang out on that channel?
Stream.
Toe's going to be on that stream, kind of like we did last week, where we had a very good hand history review.
It should be good. It's a $25 7.5K that runs every day on BetOnline, and I've been working on a lot of things, so I'm honestly not sure how much of a shit show it is. It might be a fun one where I was just like trying a bunch of shit and fucking it up. So check it out.
Yep. And go figure, after I have that hand history review with B-Fizz, I go on the heater.
Right.
And I had one with Matt, and I had one with Ryan, and I had one. Well, I've been studying a lot, but we've been on the heater.
It ain't magic, it's science.
I think you could do a hand review of one of your recent wins. One of these days.
You and I can do a bonus stream that if you want. We can.
Yeah, we might do one. Yeah. It's just luck. I just got really lucky a bunch of times in a row. That's all. But yeah, let's give Evan. We'll give it to Evan. Part of the poker coaching team. We got to support him for now, and make sure to give the Turbo Kings.
It's Team Turbo Kings on Twitch, Bruce.
Let me shout it out. Let me give him a shout out. So they make sure to give him a shout out.
You'll see the tweet too in Discord, Bruce.
Give those guys a follow. Toe will be out there in an hour or so. Good people's over there, man. I love it over there. Good people. And let's give Evan some love.
All right, guys. We'll see you later. Peace.
Peace. I did it, America.